What we want to talk about mainly is how the fire service are trying to include women in the fire service and make a better workplace. And the solution has been quite simple, that we want to work together, so the senior management and the women themselves work together to enable better solutions. One of the big things that we found out on this very short journey that we've been going so far is we actually have to engage the men to be part of the solutions, and we have to show why diversity matters to them. 2 years ago, Rochelle Martin and myself came to the WAFA conference in 2014, and from then we knew that the New Zealand Fire Service had to improve its numbers. We've had 2.8% career firefighting women for the last 15, 20 years, and it hasn't changed. So we knew something had to change. So when we came back, Rochelle and I wrote a paper to our senior executives and say, something needs to happen. We need to reintroduce our women's network in New Zealand to try and address these issues and help support our women. And unbeknownst to us at the time, that senior management wanted to get something going, but didn't really know what. So everything kind of happened all at the right time, and we had this big crescendo of them wanting to do stuff, we wanting to do stuff, us wanting to do stuff. And we brought a group of women together, and some male champions or advocates for change, to try and come up with some of the issues and possible solutions that could help improve the numbers, but also improve situations for women currently in the fire service. Isolation has been quite a significant one. We're quite widespread out, being one national service, and there's quite a lot of brigades when there's only one female. We've had one female in one brigade. She was there for 14 years, and she knew no other female firefighters up until we had this meeting. And since going to that meeting and talking to these other women, she was like, oh, I feel like I've got support now. And she's actually gone off and became a station officer, trained to become a station officer, because she's known that she's had the support and backing of other people. And all the issues she sort of felt have become normalised because she can talk about them, that she's always thought, oh, it's just her, but it's not, it's everyone. And it was quite empowering, and she's become such a big advocate, and she's become one of our regional reps for the Women's Network, and she's going a long way actually, and she's flying the flag. Before I went on the WAFA conference in 2014, I just wanted to blend in, be one of the boys, not wanting to do anything. And from going on the WAFA conference in 2014 and listening to a lot of the women, I realised that I am a woman in the fire service, and I was hired for my diversity, to bring something new in, not just to be another cookie cutter male firefighter. And it was from that, and Rochelle also had the same feeling, and we thought, okay, we do have to step up. We've got to go and do something about this. We've got a lot of fantastic women who just want to blend in and not bring in their skills, their diversity of thought, to make the fire service a better place. So that was, for me, quite a big aha moment, that I suddenly realised that I am different, and that's great. Since going to WAFA in 2014, I saw a lady from the construction business, and she was talking about uniform, and it suddenly highlighted to me that our uniform in the New Zealand Fire Service wasn't very good, and I wanted to sort of get in on that to try and fix it. You know, we've got men's shoes, we've got big socks. The ladies who work in the rural have to wear overalls, so going to the bathroom is quite challenging. So I wanted to get myself in on our national committee to try and fly the flag for women, and highlight to all these old men that, you know, women need something different. They don't want to wear men's shoes. They don't, you know, they need two pieces when they're at rural firefighting. But then there was a job that came up in national office for the national uniform person, and I applied for that, but I didn't get it. But they said they actually wanted me in national headquarters. they wanted me to work on a few projects because they could see something. So that was quite challenging, and I became the first uniformed female in national headquarters. So I've actually got a lot to thank WAFA for, and I don't know if it's directly resulted to that, but I think the good direction that the New Zealand Fire Service is going in is kind of thanks to WAFA, just for inspiring us and giving us the catalyst that we needed to get things going. How I'd like to see the New Zealand Fire Service is being more inclusive, to have this really great network so the women who are working in isolation can communicate with each other, can talk about issues. I'd love to see more women in executive. We don't have any female executive officers. It would be great to have people up in that level so women can look up to them. You know, they can be mentors for these women, that they can break down those stereotypes. I would love to see one day we won't need to have women in firefighting conferences because it's just a non-issue. That we won't need to have national advisors for diversity and inclusion because it's a non-issue. One of the other ladies in the New Zealand Fire Service, she was going to a school visit. Do you want me to start again? Okay. One of the other ladies in the New Zealand Fire Service was going to a school visit, and unbeknownst to her at the time, they arrived there and the driver got out and started talking to these kids, you know, just general chit-chat before the whole thing went on. And he saw a little boy talking to this little girl, and the girl wanted to be a firefighter. And this little boy was like, "You're not going to be a firefighter, girls can't be firefighters." And the next thing, Megan, one of the other ladies, she got out of the truck and just stared at this little boy, and his face just dropped. But the girl's face, she was beaming from ear to ear, and that was just a huge moment for Megan. She thought, yes, I've got that girl now, she's going to become a firefighter.